We basically were kind of raised together a lot of the time because my parents were so young.
And so were mine.
I think the reason why we were such good friends when we were younger is because of who we actually are today. I'm going home to see my family, and that includes Yaya, and hopefully do some family time, lots of partying.
I don't want to get wet! Our movie critic, TT Sternenzi, joining us now on the phone, talking about this Pride selection. This one, Jack and Yaya, that folks can check out. Well, we're in Pride Month, right? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I love hearing those clips from that trailer for the film because, it speaks so clearly to the relationship between Jack and Yaya, which, again, is the basis of the film, and it's an amazing story. Amazing.
So what is it? What's the premise here of this film?
Yeah, it's a documentary, and it's about these two people, Jack and Yaya. Now, initially, when they were 2 or 3 years old, when they first met, Jack was Jacqueline, and Yaya, I believe, Yaya's birth name was Christopher. So they were, again, like I said, they were very young. Their families lived right next door to each other in South Jersey. And so from a very young age, they spent time together as kids do, building forts, playing around, doing horsing around, doing all the stuff that you would normally do. But they each talk about in this film how they knew at that age that they weren't necessarily who they were, again, at birth. And were very kind of wise beyond their years. And more importantly, they accepted each other as they really were. And it kind of led to them developing a relationship and growing up together, coming out to their families together about initially just being gay and then eventually wanting to go through transition. Mm-hmm. And they did this all together. They no longer live in the same city, but again, we're talking about decades later, but they're still really close. Their families are close, and it's just a great human story about these two friends. And again, like I said, just the ability for them to know at such a young age who they really were and to support each other as they go on that journey to become the people that they know they are.
Right, and it's really, you're following along in their journey and where they are today as well, right?
Yes, it definitely does. And again, their journeys are not over. As you see as part of the film, Yaya is still struggling with sort of filling out paperwork so that she can change her legal IDs to, again, just be able to be recognized as a woman. And it's a much longer process and more involved in South Jersey to do that versus Jack's issue. Jack lives in Boston now, and he talks about the idea that it was so much easier, less paperwork, to go ahead and file paperwork to get his legal documents changed and things like that. But again, it shows how in different states and all of these issues that are there that are complicating all of this. Sure. But again, at the end of the day, it's just a story about two people being who they are, loving each other, and again, the love that they get from their families as well.
That's one thing for sure you see just in the clips alone, the love that those two have for each other, their relationship through all this too, since they were, super young till now. So that's really cool to watch as well.
Yeah, and it's great. This is going to be available through video on demand. Obviously, during Pride Month, this is the perfect time for audiences to see this story. And again, I think what really comes out of this is, I talk an awful lot, obviously, about films that we see and some of the really powerful, big documentaries that kind of look at the big, broad issues, the legal issues that are involved in all this. Those elements are there in this story, but I think really what really makes it work and meaningful for audiences that are going to watch this is it's not about that stuff. At the end of the day, it's just about people having the opportunity to be who they are. And it was one of those things, like I said, even listening to the clip at the beginning, I could feel myself, getting into my feelings over it, which is exactly where I was when I watched this film. It was an amazing story. And again, I think people are going to be moved by those individual experiences.
TT, thank you so much. Jack and Yaya, you can check it out. You said on demand?
Yes, on demand. And again, at this stage, whenever we say on demand, I think we should probably clarify, when you're looking for it, you can Google search it or whatever else. And when you do that, it will let you know
what platform,
which platforms are going to be available, how much it's going to cost. Yeah, it's a little tricky again, but I think by now most of us have spent so much time dealing with this. We're probably all pros at it, but I just felt like I needed to put it out there one more time.
Yeah, good point. Thank you, TT, so much for letting us know about this one.
All right, thank you.
We'll talk to you tomorrow as well. Hey, no baseball in Cincinnati this summer. Not right now, anyway. We're waiting to find out if that will change or not. That's the question here. But the Reds are putting their ballpark to use in the meantime by hosting a blood drive. We'll talk with the Red Cross and show you how to sign up coming up on the X.